a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. The Fairly OddParents. The Fairly OddParents is an American animated television series created by Butch Hartman that premiered on Nickelodeon on March 30, 2001. The series follows the everyday misadventures of Timmy Turner, a boy who is granted two fairy godparents named Cosmo and Wanda. The series originated from shorts on the animation showcase, Oh Yeah! Cartoons, airing from 1998 to 2001. It was later picked up as a series due to its popularity. Originally, it ended in 2006 totaling 5 seasons, but resumed production in 2008. It is produced by Frederator Studios, Nickelodeon Animation Studios and, as of Season 6, Billionfold Inc. having aired for more than 16 years. The Fairly OddParents is the longest-running fantasy TV series in American television history, and currently stands as Nickelodeon's second longest-running animated series, behind SpongeBob SquarePants. On February 8, 2018, Butch Hartman announced that he was leaving Nickelodeon. Neither Hartman nor the network have given a clear answer as to whether or not the series will continue without him. Overview. Set in the fictional town of Dimsdale, California, a 10-year-old boy named Timmy Turner is neglected by his parents and tortured by his babysitter Vicky. One day, he is granted two fairy godparents, Cosmo and Wanda, who grant his every wish to improve his miserable life. However, these wishes are guaranteed to inadvertently cause a series of technical problems that Timmy must fix. In the beginning of the series, Timmy's babysitter Vicky was the main antagonist. As the series progressed, more villains were included. For example, his teacher, Mr. Crocker, firmly believes in fairy godparents and has been searching for them a very long time, correctly suspecting that Timmy has fairy godparents. He is dangerous to Timmy because, according to the rules, a large rulebook which is capable of defining what children can and cannot wish for, and how fairy godparents must behave, no one else can know about his fairy godparents and they will be taken away if this happens. At his school, Timmy is often bullied by Francis, a vicious boy who claims to be the toughest student in school, but reveals to Timmy that he only takes out his anger on him because of his rough home life and abusive parents. Jorgen von Strangle, the enormous and tough head fairy with an Austrian accent, similar to that of Arnold Schwarzenegger, personally dislikes Timmy and his fairies at first, but at times he has to assist them in fixing their problems. Later in the series, Timmy wished that Cosmo and Wanda would have a baby, whom they named Puff. More recently, Timmy got a pet fairy dog named Sparky. Also introduced is the premise that for every fairy, there is also an anti-fairy. The anti-fairies are similar to the real ones, but with opposite personalities and character traits. For example, Anti-Cosmo is intelligent and speaks with an English accent while real Cosmo is dim-witted. Similarly, Anti-Wanda is also dim-witted and speaks with a Southern American accent while real Wanda is intelligent. When Puff was born, his anti-fairy was created. Anti-Puff's name is Foop, while Puff is spherical. Foop is shaped like a cube. Foop's goal in life is to cause mayhem and destroy his nemesis Puff. Even later in the series, Timmy is informed that due to a shortage of available fairies, he must now share Cosmo and Wanda with his new neighbor, Chloe Carmichael, who is essentially his polar opposite. She loves sharing animals and everything ecologically friendly. Setting. The Fairly OddParents is set in the fictional city of Dimsdale, California. The city appears to be average-sized, with a downtown containing large buildings and a city hall, but also containing uptown areas with residences and businesses as well as a park in the center of the city. The city also appears to have rural farmland located somewhere outside of the city. The adults in the city are notably moronic and often settle situations with things like angry mobs, but they do still form a structured and complex society capable of working as a city. In the episode, Which Witch is Which?, it was revealed that Dimsdale was founded in the 1630s after Daleden managed to defeat a witch hunter who was secretly a witch named Alden Biterud. When the show needs to, it switches its location to fairy world. the magical realm and home of the fairies, which is a floating world located within the sky and colored with an abundance of pink. The fairies have a civilization like that of the humans, but with a source of power being magic, which also keeps the world afloat. A large rainbow acts as the bridge between fairy world and the earth. Another location sometimes seen is the city of Cincinnati, the hometown of Timmy's favorite comic book superhero, the Crimson Chin. Other locations include the dark and twisted anti-fairy world, the dark counterpart of fairy world where the anti-fairies live, the dull and grey metropolis of Pixies Incorporated, home of the Pixies, and Yucapotamia, where an alien, Mark Chang, lives, who is also Timmy's friend. Origins, 1998-2001. The Fairly OddParents was originally pitched to Cartoon Network. The pilot was never shown to Cartoon Network, but it was pitched while show creator Butch Hartman was working on Cartoon Network's Dexter's Laboratory, Johnny Bravo, Cow, and Chicken, and I Am Weasel. The show's pilot wasn't actually made until the show was pitched to Nick. Creator/producer Butch Hartman originally created The Fairly OddParents as a 7-minute short film entitled Fairy Godparents, one of 39 short cartoons in the first season of Fred Seibert's Oh Yeah! Cartoons. Butch Hartman made 6 more short films for the show in Season 3. Nickelodeon agreed to a 7-episode order of The Fairly OddParents, which began airing on March 30, 2001, in the half hour after Invader Zim. Unlike the half-hour series, the animation in the shorts is not as smooth, and the designs are notably different. Other notable differences include the voices like Timmy Turner, who was voiced by Mary Kay Bergman instead of Tara Strong. Cosmo is significantly more intelligent than he appears to be in the preceding series. Wanda is shown to be less intelligent and less of a nag. Vicky is much less evil than in the current series. She also calls Timmy by his name as opposed to the more often used twerp. Originally, Hartman wanted Timmy to wear a blue hat, but since it would blend in with the walls of the bedroom, he decided to make it pink. Wanda was originally going to be named Venus, but instead named her Wanda. Her middle name was and still is Venus. Original run, 2001-2006. The Fairly OddParents was immediately popular, greatly increasing its lead-in rating from Invader Zim. In fact, no matter what time slot Nickelodeon placed the show in, Nick's ratings soared. The series attracted a wider-than-anticipated audience, appealing to all ages. It was later Nickelodeon's highest-rated show. Early 2002 and 2003 was the first peak of popularity for The Fairly OddParents. Its ratings skyrocketed. The series appeared in a $50 Best Western travel card during summer 2006 and again in summer 2007. A theatrical film based on the series was planned for release by Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon Movies, but it was eventually dropped because of a management change at Paramount. Although the script was written, Hartman stated on his website that he would like to release the film on DVD one day, but there were not definitive plans to do so. On January 24, 2006, Butch Hartman announced on his forum that Nickelodeon had ceased production of the show. The Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 3, The Jerkinators, was intended to be the 5th season finale and series finale in production order, airing on July 21, 2006. However, Nickelodeon broadcast the episode, Timmy the Barbarian / No Substitute for Crazy, after The Jerkinators, as the 5th season finale, on November 25 of that year. Return and 10th anniversary, 2007-2011. Hartman announced on his forum on February 2, 2007, that Nick granted Fairly OddParents 20 more episode slots, making sure the show resumed production. Later on July 7, 77 Secrets of the Fairly OddParents revealed, hinted that a new character would join the series. After a 1-year hiatus, Nickelodeon announced on TV that they would begin the broadcast of a television movie called Fairly Odd Baby as the beginning of at least 20 episodes of Season 6, and to carry the show to at least the year 2011. A huge hit, Fairly Odd Baby aired on February 18, 2008. Becoming the top entertainment program across broadcast and basic cable TV for the year among kids. Movie sequels and future, 2012-present. On March 14, 2012, the series was renewed for a 9th season with new episodes that were scheduled to broadcast that year. Additionally, the second live-action film, A Fairly Odd Christmas, aired in November 2012. The 9th season premiered the same day as the 2013 Kids' Choice Awards. The 9th season introduced another new character, Timmy's fairy dog, Sparky. Season 9 is also the first season to be formatted in high definition and widescreen. In 2013, it was announced there would be a third installment called A Fairly Odd Summer with Drake Bell and Daniela Monet reprising their respective roles. The movie premiered on August 2, 2014. New episodes were confirmed by Fred Seibert on April 11, 2015. On August 17, 2015, a 10th season was officially announced, and introduced another new character, Chloe Carmichael, Timmy's new neighbor who also has Cosmo and Wanda as our fairy godparents. The 10th season aired from January 15, 2016 to July 26, 2017 on both Nickelodeon and Nicktoons. Failed spin-off. In 2004, Butch Hartman revealed his intentions to make a Crash Nebula spin-off. The pilot episode, Crash Nebula, was aired as part of the show's 4th season. Despite this, Nickelodeon decided to not pick up the series. However, in 2006, Hartman stated that he was confident and would try to get the spin-off green-lighted in the future. He also wrote a script entitled Crash Nebula, the movie for Paramount Pictures, but the film was cancelled due to its similarities with Disney's Sky High. It's likely that the spin-off was totally scrapped by Billionfold Studios, due to the release of TUFF Puppy and Steve Marmel's departure from the show. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?